Hi there, it's Romella. Sorry, I was just checking when, dare I say it, Mercury retrograde was. It's not for a while yet. So today we are looking at having a little women's circle session. So a bit more of a spiritual group this morning rather than the lovely calming meditations that we have been doing. So that's for the next, maybe half an hour. And then tomorrow we are doing a visualization on Thursday again, and we're going to go to a woodland or forest and have that sort of experience. And then on Friday we're going to be looking at books. So I need to post some books. I will do that today, I must remember. So that's the plan. So if you've got some cards, if you haven't got cards, let me know and I can always pull you a card later. And your journal is probably what you're going to need today. Morning Jane, nice to see you. Hi Kim, nice to see you too. Hi Vic. Good morning to everybody. So what we'll do is let's start with a card. Morning Laura. We'll start with a card of the day. So what do we need? What is our message for us all today? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, let's take this card. And we have this one. It is a divine order, and it says, Archangel Gabriel is the archangel here. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. So that's a very intriguing card, I think, for the moment, in the situation we've got going on. But it's saying divine order. So we have the balance there, so everything is in balance. We're all right where we need to be, and look past the illusion and see underlying order. So that's quite an interesting one. So you can make of that as you will, in relation to the current situation. It may relate to you perfectly on a personal level as well, bringing balance to and I think. I mean, Elizabeth Peru talks about this a lot. I'm going to be talking about her energy system, energy talks that she does about the planets and things. But she talks about this a lot. If you've not read some of her blogs, I would definitely go and have a look at elizabethperu.com and look at her blogs for the recent ones. And also have a look on her, I follow her on Facebook and I do a follow first for her. Hey, Nick. So I do a follow first for her. So I see everything that she does. As soon as I turn my Facebook on, it's brilliant. But she's been talking about this for a while, that the world that we live in will not be the same when we go back to normality, because so much has changed. And hi Sonia, so much has changed, and so much we've changed as people, the way that we do things, the way that business operate, for example. I mean, so many people are working from home. Do people actually need to go to work in a building, in an office? Or now they're all set up actually to work from home. Wouldn't that be a better way to do it? Simple things like that. I'm not saying that home learning is the answer. Having done proper homeschooling and doing home learning, it's two very different experiences, because one was through choice and one was through the current situation, and that brings a lot of emotional imbalance for the children as well. So I'm not sure that home learning, but actually the alternative aspect of that is actually having the family around closer. We haven't got the stress of getting up for school every morning, which is nice because I can have lie-ins and so can the kids. But actually just being around them, being able to do the odd thing with them, like whether it's making tea, doing cakes, for VE Day, all these things that perhaps we wouldn't have been able to do had they been in the school situation. So everything has a reason for it, even if we can't see it. So it's all about trusting that. So hi Maria, nice to see you. So that's the card. It's Divine Order with Archangel Gabriel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. So to me, that, like I've just said with the children and school, it's looking beyond the home learning, and it's actually saying they're in a better situation here. They are calmer than they would be if they were at the school. In this current situation, but actually they are, we get to spend more time together, even if that means I have to cook, and sort out 12 meals a day. Well, actually hubby can sort himself out, but everyone else needs food and everything for 3 meals a day. Let me just have a look and see what if it says anything specific about Archangel Gabriel. So I'll perhaps what I'll do is I'll post a picture of that card on there, and then you can just tune into it and see what you think. So working with Archangel Gabriel says has a beautiful pale blue energy, like the sky on a perfect spring morning. The Archangel who guides people to act in fair and just ways, and Gabriel also gives us faith in humanity's essential goodness. Wearing or holding an aquamarine crystal will align you with Gabriel's kind and wise persona. So, but it's very much about bringing balance, looking beyond what you're first seeing. To see. Kim says, I hope this changes the stress that has been created in schools over the past few years. I think it has to. I think there's going to be consequences. And by consequences, I mean changes. I know quite a few parents are actually quite enjoying the home learning experience. And maybe they'll go down the homeschooling route, because it's that step. You can't step into homeschooling. You're either in it or you're out of it. You're either mainstream education or homeschooling. There's no crossover between the two. You can't just do a little bit of homeschooling and see how you like it. Whereas this situation has actually given people a lot of chance to actually experience what it could be like. But when you're homeschooling, then actually you're out doing stuff with them. You're going to the library. You're going to forest school with them is what we did a lot. You can go to science clubs and things like that. There's a lot of going out and meeting people that's actually completely missing for them from this home learning experience. So anyway, I go on. Kim says, aquamarine energy is so magical. It is. It's a really beautiful energy. I'm going to go and have to dig out my time. I've got a little aquamarine crystal, so I shall have to go and dig that out, I think. And just have that near. Because that pale blue is that communications as well, which is so important. Kim says, I used to teach, but it was too stressful for me. I'm not surprised. I think that's the sad thing, is that there's so many amazing teachers that I come across that have had to leave it because the stress, it's not teaching, it's the admin, and it's so many amazing people. But we are lucky because they come to us in other ways. They teach the world in other ways, and connect with people. And maybe teaching was part of their lesson and their learning, and actually they can go out into the world and use those skills in other ways to support other people. So when I did Relax Kids, going back, about 7 years ago, most of the people there that were learning Relax Kids were actually a few were teachers, but most of them were former teachers who were looking to do things differently, because actually the school system just wasn't working for them, and it wasn't what they wanted to do. But they were so connected to supporting children, so they were looking at other ways to do it. So it's quite interesting. So yes, we should watch this space and see how the world changes when we are out of this situation that we have been forced into. So I digress a bit, but there we go. So the divine order, I'll put the card up and then you can have a look at it and then just decipher it for yourself as to what that means for you personally. I wanted to share some information about Elizabeth Peru. Kim says, I looked at Relax Kids too, did a course. Yeah, I think there's a lot of really lovely courses out there, and certainly Relax Kids was what I needed for my children at the time. It defined me for my self-employment, probably for not the last 2 years, but the previous 4 to 5 years. It gave me the courage to write books as well. So it's worked for many reasons with me. So I think there's a lot of really interesting tools out there to support children, much needed at the moment. So Elizabeth Peru, she is talking at the moment. So on today we have, let me just scroll back through, because I've got her tip off. I subscribed to the tip off. I can't remember how much it is. I think it was about sort of £30 for a year or something. And every week I get an email with about 14 pages breaking down what's going on energy wise. So the one that's for this week, so it's Wednesday today. I've been looking at Thursday. I've been looking at Thursday. So Wednesday we have Venus is going retrograde. So it's only going to last 6 weeks until June the 25th. And this is about looking past other people's opinions of you. It's about relationships, and it's about listening and observing rather than getting carried away in the emotions and the positives and negatives. So there's a lot of soul searching is going to be coming up in the next 6 weeks, and a thirst for authenticity. So again, that authenticity I think is a really important word for the moment as well, because we are having the opportunity to do things differently and to be more, authentic for ourselves and take more time for ourselves as well. So Saturn is going retrograde. Now this is on top of, this is why I've just opened the folder, because actually Pluto is already in retrograde, and that's in retrograde until October. And things for Pluto that come up are understanding and assimilating your darker, often hidden power, releasing old hurts and embracing your past experiences, clearing out, healing old emotional wounds and triggers, accepting, forgiving and opening up a doorway to your past, becoming empowered, aligning your dark and light for wholeness. Saturn is in retrograde, which is, that was a couple of days ago, and that is creating an authentic occupation, career and world service platform, practicing responsibility both personally and to the cosmos, building recognition and reward from your applied personal efforts, practicing patience, learning the art of divine timing. That's quite interesting that we've got the divine card that's come up today, and practicing diligence, self-discipline and commitment. We have Venus in retrograde. Oh, bear with me a second, the doorbell's going. They rammed something in the letterbox and realised it halfway through it wasn't going to fit. So we have Venus in retrograde, and this is looking at personal value, self-worth, looking at your priorities, deciding that your talents are worthy of abundant monetary reward, doing the work to reveal your authentic self, getting rid of old memories, creating new healthy relationships, and about innate beauty and self-image. And healthy life regime begins. We also have Jupiter going retrograde in a couple of days' time. And in this, again, it's looking at planning career moves, upgrading your life purpose, making permanent moves towards home-based work, self-employment, redefining your self-worth, learning to love who you are and how you are, honing your talents and natural abilities for prosperous living, practicing abundance by allowing yourself to openly receive, and re-evaluating personal relationships and how you grow with them, learning about success while practicing expansion and evolution. So all these retrogrades that are happening, they're all happening at this time when we're in lockdown, when we've got perhaps a little bit more time to review and look at and support ourselves. But also they are looking, the way that she's looking at them is actually they are all linked into how we move forward in the world, beyond the 3D world that perhaps has been more visible, and into a world that actually is more 5D, more heart-centered. Now, I know you're all going to be asking the question of when does Mercury go retrograde, and that's just what I was doing when I went live originally. So Mercury goes retrograde on the 18th of June. So we are going to have a time, let's just check these dates, 18th of June, Venus is going to still be there. We are all going to have 5 planets in retrograde for about a week. So but Mercury is all about communication, so that I think will be a good thing as well. It'll be, by the time Mercury comes along, we will all hopefully be more in attuned and more authentically connected to ourselves, would be how I look at it. But definitely have a look at Elizabeth Peru. She does a monthly view. I think she does that on YouTube as well, so if you don't want to go on Facebook, go on YouTube and search for her. Yeah, her blogs, go and look on her website, elizabethperu.com, and look at her blogs and read the recent ones, because they are really, really helpful. I find them anyway. I just really resonate with the work that she does. But I wanted to share those with you. So I think it's quite interesting, and this is again the sort of thing that we would talk about at the Women's Circle when we meet up. We would talk about what's happening with them. We spoke about the moon energies last week because it was a full moon, and we've got a lot of retrogrades happening at the moment as well. So it felt right to talk about those. Yeah, nearer the time we'll talk about Mercury. So, but don't panic. We're not going to panic about Mercury. So what we'll do is my idea today, or the intuition that came through, was that we will do a meditation that connects us to Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is we all know Gabriel from the Nativity play, the one that turned up and said, "You're going to have a baby." And there are other times in the Bible when Gabriel has turned up as well and been the announcer, being the trumpeter of good tidings and glad and news. And Gabriel is very much an energy and of communication and maternal support as well. So definitely have a I think she's a really good one to have at the moment. She's an archangel that I work with as well, because of her maternal support and her caring. And I say her, lots of archangels and angels, they are sexless, but they appear to us how we expect them to be. So to me, Gabriel is female, but I know to like Diana Cooper, Gabriel is definitely male, but each to their own. So to me, she's a female energy because she embodies that feminine energy, support for mothers, for children, and also the communication. So if you're doing anything creative or writing or art or music, then call in Archangel Gabriel just to help support you and give you some clarity. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a meditation, call in Gabriel. We're going to then, I'm going to invite you to use your angel cards, but get your journal out and just write a message from Gabriel. So just allow the writing to flow. We'll talk about it when we're doing that as well. Now, if you do the opening meditation, please stay for the end of the session when we do the closing session. When we close all our chakras down, do our cord cutting, put our aura into place as well. If you're going to do one, then please do the two. So we've been going about 15-ish minutes in a minute. So we'll probably do like a 5-ish minute meditation, and about another 5-ish minute work with cards and journaling, and then we'll do the closing one. Kim says yes. Kim surprised yes. Yes, because subscribes to her blogs and likes. I think Mercury retrograde is fine. You just need to be prepared for it, and you just need to contemplate what's going on. You can't wipe out. It happens 3 times a year. It lasts, is it 7 weeks? So actually, you'd be wiping out almost half a year if you didn't just get on and experience Mercury retrograde. So yeah, Mercury retrogrades are useful. And it's best just to be careful and be planning. So good morning, Genevieve. Right, we're going to start doing our meditation. Let's just get rid of that thing that's just popped up there. So if you want to make yourself comfortable, ideally with your feet on the floor or lie down, whatever works for you. Stretch across your shoulders and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out. And we're going to go through opening our chakras, but first just take a few breaths in and out. Connect into your body. Take your attention down to your feet and feel them connected to the floor, to the ground. And we're going to ask Mother Earth just to hold us in this present moment on this earth plane. Ground us here. And I want you to take your attention to your root chakra. So it's base of your spine and your perineum area, and visualize this beautiful red chakra opening. I like to use flowers because it works very easily to open and close them, and visualize the petals. So visualize the flower, and you don't have to. When I do it, sometimes I don't necessarily visualize the flower in that root chakra. My intention is the root chakra. I'm seeing a red flower and I'm opening it and it's visually in front of me, and then it goes down and then the next flower comes up. So if that helps, visualize the red root opening and take your attention to your sacral, which is just below the belly button. And visually, again, visualize that opening. And your attention to your solar plexus, which is yellow, just above the belly button. Opening. And your heart space, your heart chakra, opening a beautiful pink. And your throat chakra is a beautiful pale blue. And your third eye, an indigo purple. And your crown chakra is on the top of your head. And visualize that opening like a 1,000-petal lotus. So you'll notice that some chakras are open more than other chakras, and that's fine. We're going to just allow a beautiful golden light to flow from above us, from Source, the universe, and it's going to flow down over our crown chakra, penetrating our skin and our cells, healing and cleansing, rejuvenating both the chakras and our physical, mental and emotional bodies. So it flows over our whole head and our shoulders and down our arms, down our chest and our back and our hips, through the chakras, now through down over our knees, into feet and into the ground. And just allow this golden light just to expand, so it's maybe 1/2 meter all the way around you, so it's doing your whole energy system, it's doing your aura as well as your physical body. And it's cleansing all the chakras, it's releasing anything that's ready to be released from the energy bodies. Healing and rejuvenating and bringing light. Just allow that beautiful golden shimmering light just to flow. And you may notice a spot where it needs to go. Just beam some white light or create a ball of gold from there and just pop it in there. Let it expand like a firework. And feel that beautiful gold energy flowing. And when you're ready, you can allow it to stop. We're going to call in Archangel Gabriel today. So just have a sense of what this Archangel feels like to you. You may feel the presence in your body in some way, as a tingle. You may feel their presence touching you, or maybe on your shoulders, in your face. You may have a sense of a colour or a location where they're stood in front of you or behind you. You may hear something, you may hear music or angels singing or a sound. You may have a certain smell or a taste that goes with Archangel Gabriel. Just pay attention. Whatever you get is absolutely right for you. And we're just going to add this to our internal spiritual library so that we can recognize the energy of Archangel Gabriel next time we come into contact with her, him, whoever. And now I'd just like you to ask Archangel Gabriel anything that's on your mind that you want clarity on or support. And they reach their hands out to you and you hold hands. You feel the amazing energy from Archangel Gabriel. And you feel their wings going round, their enormous wings going round both of you, round your back. And there's a soft warmth, a sense of being held, nurtured and loved unconditionally I'll just stay here for a moment. And know that whatever sensations or information or words that you're getting is right for you at this moment, and just don't analyse it. Just know that it's information, it's wisdom that's being downloaded for you. And we thank Archangel Gabriel for coming to us today, and know that we can make the connection by simply calling them or thinking of them and asking for their help and support in any way. And as the wings unfold from around you, Archangel Gabriel kisses your hands, smiles, and just steps back until she gently fades. But you know her presence is there. I'm going to leave this meditation in a moment, and we're going to pick up, do a card shuffle, and I want you to do a little bit of journaling, and then we'll come back in a couple of minutes and we'll just close everything down. So please don't disappear if you've done this bit of the meditation, or make sure you listen to the last bit as soon as you can. So I want you just to take a couple of breaths, wiggle toes and fingers, and open your eyes. You're still very much in a spiritual space. So I'd invite you to, with your journal, oops, not the tape, sorry, is just to write my message from Archangel Gabriel, or words similar. And the key to writing, automatic writing, channel writing, is just to allow the pen to flow. So have a pen that feels really nice to write with, and just allow the writing to flow. So don't question what's coming up. Don't proof it. Don't do the grammar check on it. Just allow it to be written. And yeah, so we'll just do that for a couple of minutes, and then when you're ready, you can pull yourself an angel card for a bit of additional information if you like, and then we'll come back. So just, if you want to just start writing. So let me know how you're getting on. I've just finished writing mine. I don't want to interrupt you too much, but just trust the message that you're getting in your head, and just trust that that is the message. Very often it can feel, well, this is just my head saying it. And that's fine, because actually maybe your head is aligned to the message anyway, and that's perfect. The key is just to allow that writing just to happen, just to flow. And so don't question it, and just allow it to flow. It will always be positive and loving and supportive if it's coming from your archangels and guides. So let me know when you're ready. I'm just going to do myself an angel card just to get a bit of additional information. So I'm going to just ask anything else I need to know. I shuffle my card and just pull one for myself. And I like to write my angel card message down in my journal as well. I write it down with the date and any information that feels that, again, it's similar to what we've just done, but any information that feels right, that's come through on whatever level. So sometimes when we did the meditation, we do, I keep knocking the table, when we did the meditation, we do, I use all our clairs, because I think it's really important that we try and experience all our clairs as well. You may get a smell from, you may get a certain scent like a rose or a violet or something that comes through for you. You may get, cake being baked and things like that. So it's very important to just use those and just to absorb how that spiritual guide is showing up for you, so that you can recognise them as well when you do. Jane says she's ready. Vic says that was just what I didn't know I needed. Thank you. I love that. And Maria's ready as well. Fabulous. Okay. So we will do our closing meditation now. So we've gone just over the half hour. So I'd want to keep it to about half hour. But like I said, I had lots of information I wanted to share. So Sonia says, the message was for Nico today as he's on his way to London for an MRI. I've been given the message of positivity and love, swirling colours of pink and green. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, yeah. Fingers crossed it all goes well for him. I'm sure it will do. Yeah, those beautiful colours. Pink is obviously, to me, pink is a Gabriel colour as well. But pink is definitely unconditional love, and obviously green is your is the Raphael as well. So I hope he has a safe journey there. And yeah, up, sending, and gets the MRI result that he wants. And Kim is ready as well. Beautiful. Okay, so you can do this at any time. You can always watch this bit back again, or you can do it in a similar way. But it's a really interesting way to do this automatic writing. It's one thing that we were going to do in the Women's Circle this month, and we would have spent like an hour doing it, doing different things, building up and doing it different ways. So I think it might be something that if you felt that it's gone well, then we will, perhaps I'll do it in the weekly Women's Circle, because I think it's empowering. That although it's automatic writing, it's allowing yourself to trust the message that's coming through. So it is empowering, and it's building that intuition, because you're feeling it and you're writing it and you're experiencing it as well. So Jane's ready. Excellent. Kim was given bronze colour and a deep blue. Oh, lovely. Very nice. So we will do our closing meditation now. So thank you for staying and not disappearing off. Because when we've done all our opening of our chakras, particularly our crown chakra, it's really important that we then sort of close them down and close ourselves down back to our normal operating level, just so that not that we can really go anywhere, but it's good spiritual hygiene, if you like. So, and Maria had lots of green. Oh, nice, lots of lovely healing. Wonderful. And those colours will all mean something specific to you. I don't doubt. As opposed to what I interpret them as, they will all have beautiful meanings for you, which are part of your message as well. So, yeah, use the colours however you feel is right for you. You might want to go and get, some clothing or a scarf, or something that's those colours, or just have that energy, just have that conscious thought around you of that colour. So we'll do our closing meditation. So if you want to get yourselves comfortable and sit with your feet on the floor, and I'm having a little stretch. Excuse me. And close your eyes and take a few breaths in and out, just to feel that connection back into the body. And we're going to start by closing down our chakras to our normal operating level. So just as we opened them before, we're going to start at the crown. And so we're going to go to the crown and the 1,000-petal lotus. And we're just going to visually intend for it to close to its normal level. Let's just visualise those petals twirling up. And it may be slightly more open than it was before, and that's absolutely fine. The intention is that it's right where it needs to be for you at this moment, your natural level. And to your third eye, so visualise that indigo purple closing down to its normal operating level. And the throat, the blue. And the heart closing down. Out of all of them, the heart one is probably more open than it was before, and more open than the other chakras at the end. And the solar plexus, the yellow. And the sacral, the orange. And the root, the red. Allowing that to close down. And then we're going to do a cord cutting exercise. So I want you to visualise a figure of 8 with you in one side of the circle, and the rest of the world experiences, people, events in the other side. And Archangel Michael is going to step forward with his sword of truth. And we're just going to ask him to cut through and release any cords that no longer serve us, that are not for our highest good and are not of love. And his sword cuts down, and the figure of 8 is divided into 2 zeros. And the other 0 is just disappearing into a violet flame. Cords may be returning to where they came from, or just simply being transmuted in the violet flame of Saint Germain. And where you had cords attached, he's just holding his shield of protection in front of you, and you are becoming a channel of white light, like a tube of white light all around you. So wherever those cords were attached, on the front or the back, all over the chakra points, or they maybe just be congregated in one place, it's all just going to fill with white lights, making you completely whole again. And with his shield of protection in front of you, that's just going to expand into your aura, the energy. So if any of those cords try to reattach, they're going to bounce off. If you do have connection, if you do find that the negative connections that you've just severed come back, then just repeat this exercise specifically for that person as many times as you need to. You may end up doing it 4 or 5 times in one day, but it will become less and the cords will become thinner. So now we've cut our cords and we've closed our chakras, we're just going to take our attention to our aura. And just invite you just to put it in a little bit closer, or have an awareness of it. So it may be you may have an awareness it was about 1 metre away, and just pull it in a little closer. Even though we're not going out anywhere, it's always best just to have an awareness of our aura, and just to pull it in a little bit when we finish doing our spiritual work. I'm going to pop the violet flame of Saint Germain, so it's flickering all over the outside of our beautiful aura. And then I invite you to fill it with whatever colour is right for you at the moment. It may be a colour that you've had through in the meditation and the writing. Whatever colour is right for you. And then take a few deep breaths in. want you to feel your feet on the floor. Where Mother Earth has guarded us, held us in this space, held us grounded in this moment. So just push your feet into the floor. Rock your feet forwards and backwards, wiggle your toes so you're really connected. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out, wiggling your fingers. Stretch across your shoulders if you like. And when you find a comfortable in-breath, open your eyes to a new moment. And then just let me know that you're back. Tea's gone cold, hasn't it? Let me just know you're back before we finish the session. So I hope you found today useful. I really love doing the women's circle physically, so this seemed like the best way to do it and actually get a little bit of connection from you all. So I love having your messages pop up. So I shall wish you all a wonderful day. I would definitely, like I said, recommend have a look at elizabethperu.com as well. I've got some messages. So Sonia's grateful you're welcome. Vic says that was lovely. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. So does Maria. Thank you. Really appreciate your work. Oh, I'm pleased. I'm just pleased to be here, to be honest. It's made such a difference to me to actually turn up at 10 o'clock every morning. It sets my timetable for the day, and it's a high vibration, so it lifts my vibration. So that's really good. Jane's back as well. That's great. And so is Kim. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, ladies. It's been lovely to spend some time with you. I wish you all a beautiful day. Remember that you can do your automatic writing, your channeling, your connection to Gabriel. We'll perhaps do another Archangel next week as well, I think. We might end up doing Michael, to be honest, or Mother Mary. We have done Mother Mary, but I think we might do, we'll see who comes through earlier in the day. Yeah, so I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I will share this card on the page so you can have a little look at it and just see what that feels like for you. As I've said before, if you want me to do a little card reading for you, if you've got something specific that's on your mind, then let me know. Drop me a message on the Facebook page and I can do that for you for sure. I wish you all a wonderful day. Kim says she feels so much better now. It really does, doesn't it? When you do the spiritual work, you're lifting your vibration out of that vibration of fear and toxicity is the word that comes through, but I don't mean toxicity. I mean that inability to do anything, inability to have any control over some aspects. But when you do that spiritual work, you are just so open and lifted. I find it really amazing, and it really does. It sorts the day, and that's really why I think the calm and the spiritual work come together, because you need that calm, and then you can get the spiritual connection. But it really does. It changes my day when I do meditations, I must admit. And one thing I do, I know I was going to end, but one was Diana Cooper is doing sort of 10-minute videos every morning. She's done them for the past nearly 8 weeks now. So I do those once in the morning. They're 10 minutes long and they're lovely. So have a look at those. If you have 10 minutes in the morning, then definitely have a look at her ones. She did Kuan Yin a couple of days ago. I think she's done a Gabriel one as well. She went to Mount Shasta, I think it is. I'm sure it's where Gabriel's based, and did that one there. But she's done lots over the past, say, 8 weeks, and they're really, really good. I do like her energy. So I wish you all, I will definitely go now and go and make myself a cup of tea, get the school work underway. I wish you all a beautiful day, full of beautiful blessings, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye. See you tomorrow.